So quite a few people have been messaging me asking me how to solve an error they've had excuse me, when they sign into PSN. I'll show you the error and then I'll explain it and then I'll show you how to fix it. So that's the error, it ends A224. It's nothing to worry about, it doesn't mean your CID is banned or anything like that. Basically your CID or your IDPS, part of it is your target type. Your target type is what region you are, so if you're in Europe you'll have 85, if you're in the UK you'll have 87. So depending on what region your PS3 is, will depend on what target type you have. So that target type will be in the IDPS. So when you convert from CEX to DEX, it will change your target type to 82. So your CID will then change to that section in the CID will be 82 instead of a CEX region. So that's why you get the 224 error. Now I'm going to show you two ways to fix it. Ideally you should be on a Cobra custom firmware. If you're not on a Cobra custom firmware, I would highly recommend getting on one. So the first way is open up Rebug Toolbox. This is Rebug Toolbox Edited Edition, which is, I've edited it to work with my custom firmware. So if you come across to the right hand side to the utilities column, and then you go to the bottom option, change active PS3 ID, and then set it to CEX. Now it might say that your EID5 is 83 or 85 or 86 or whatever it be, but it doesn't matter. As long as you set it to CEX, that's all that matters. It just varies from target type. So click X on the CEX, and what that will do is that will change the CID in the level 2 temporary memory. So then just quit Rebug Toolbox, and you're good to sign in. Okay. There you go. So the only problem with this is you've got to do this every time you turn your PS3 on or every time you reboot your PS3. So for me, what I do when I set up customers, or if people come to me for advice, I'll tell them to use Webman. So Webman will actually do what Rebug Toolbox does, but it will do it every time the PS3 starts for you without having to mess about with it. So what you want to do, open up Webman, and you come down to change IDPS and PSID in level 2 memory. And if you click on IDPS, and then in the first section it will have 7 zeros, a 1, a 0, and then an 82 if you're on DEX. With Webman on my custom firmware, it automatically reads your CEX target type, so it automatically sets it for it. So on my one it'll already be set to 87, but on a standard DEX it'll be 82. So all you do is just come in, change the 2 to a 7, or whichever region target type you are, and then once you've clicked IDPS, just click save, and then restart the PS3. And then every time you boot the PS3, Webman will set the new CID for you, or it will set your CID to be CEX rather than DEX. It doesn't change your system or anything like that, it just sets the CID to let you sign in, that's all it does. So as you can see, like without using Rebug Toolbox, there you go, and then that saves you having to open Rebug Toolbox every time. So they're the two most popular methods, but that's providing that your original console ID of your PS3 isn't banned. If your original console ID on your PS3 is banned, then have a look on my channel. I've got another video on how to set a new console ID, and that will cover Webman and CC API and PSN patch, and it will basically show you how to set a new console ID if your original one's banned. So yeah, so I hope you understand the problem now, and you know how to fix it.